everyone, and welcome to a bonus episode of Wicker Biscuit. We found an extra Easter egg for you. Our Easter episode went long, so we have a bonus segment that was cut. In this, we go over Easter candies and give some of our personal takes on them. It's more fun than a barrel of Peeps, or so I am told. Enjoy the episode. All right, let's jump into some Easter hot takes, Easter candy edition. All right, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to go through Easter candies, and I'm going to get you guys' opinion on the item overall. Some will have a little bit of like specifics. For example, my first one is the chocolate Easter bunnies, and the thing is solid versus hollow. So in that case, Ryan, what would you go with?
I'm picky. You get me a Dove bunny, a big solid sexy one.
Yeah.
Or you don't get me one at all.
Okay.
I mean, you could get me a Reese's one, I guess. But the hollow,
The Palmer's bullshit.
yeah, no thank you.
It's bullshit, right?
Like with the weird candy eyes. Like, nope, no thanks. I will throw that away.
Okay.
After you leave. I won't throw it away in front
Lisa,
of you.
would hollow versus stuffed?
I would prefer a solid bunny, please.
Yeah.
I like my What?
Go.
I like my Easter bunnies like I like my bowel movements. Solid. But not too hard.
Just like your bowel movements, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing a bunny coming out of your butt now.
Because if you got an Easter bunny that was like the kind after you eat the cereal, poop like a champion, I mean, you might break a tooth.
Right.
Drink lots of water.
Drink lots of water. Yeah, I'm solid all the way. But I'll be honest, I never like wanted like a huge Easter bunny.
Right.
I was just like, it's just a modest sized one.
I hate being
Otherwise,
the
it's
age
just
we're
too
at
much.
because like I never get through my Easter candy.
Yeah.
Or my Halloween candy. Like Carl and I throw away candy all the time because
Yep.
it's like I can't sit and eat candy and be like, whoa, that was great. Now it's like 2 or 3, 4 pieces. I mean, I eat more than Carl does. He always kind of like, you don't need all that. But a lot of times, the thing is too, Carl and I will get each other Easter candy. And then like my mom will be like, I got you a Dove bunny. And then it's like, no, I have 2. I'm not going to eat 2 within a year. As crazy as that sounds. Because it's like, I get this from my grandma, but she had a sweet tooth and she had dessert every single night. But she always had a variety of stuff.
Yeah.
So you didn't like buy a thing and then be like, well, I'm going to have that for a week.
Right.
Right. And sometimes I don't get through everything. So sometimes it's like, I have to eat 10 cookies because I have to get through these.
Yeah. I wanna throw a shout out. Amanda's not here. But over on the other side of the state of Wisconsin, there's a popular candy company called Saruji's, and they made a particularly good Easter bunny, if I remember right.
The egg. It was the egg. She was telling me the eggs.
The egg. Yeah, that's what. Thank you, Lisa.
Yes.
That was her special treat that she had to have every year. The Saruji's egg.
Mine was egg gums.
Oh, okay.
There's a company called like
yeah.
Adam and Eve, and it was like, yeah, it was a little not the porn company, not the sex toy company.
Thank you for clarifying.
It was a tiny
How
little
baby
egg,
Ryan got his start.
a tiny little egg crate, like a little plastic. It had little egg shaped gums,
Little
and
egg carton.
and then the original kind went away, and then every year if they come back with something similar, my mom has to buy me some. It's like, oh, remember these?
All right, so we got the chocolate bunnies out of the way. So now we got an idea of how this Easter hot takes is going to go. So next up, I want your takes on Reese's eggs.
I love them, but I don't love them as much as I used to.
Oh, okay.
And we can get to that when we get down to the
Sure.
mini.
Lisa, how do you feel?
I love them. I want them.
Yeah?
I love all the Reese's holiday things.
Damn
I don't
right.
care if they're the hearts that look
I'm
like balls.
right there with you.
I just want them all.
Courtney, you want some balls in your mouth too?
I always want balls in my mouth. But why is the Easter egg shape like the most sophisticated of all the shapes? Like the taste, I swear,
and don't
is
you
better.
just love? Don't you love the
Yeah,
ridges on the bottom?
I agree. Yeah.
That texture on your tongue is like, ooh, it's a Reese's egg.
I fucking love a Reese's. I remember the first year that, well, I don't know if it was the first year it came out, but at least the first year I got one. Oh, I was in love, and that was my favorite Easter candy.
But I
from
have
then
to
on
say, now Reese's has, so there's those, like the regular Reese's egg that you think of when you think of Reese's egg, but there's also ones that are like legit 3D egg shaped.
Oh.
And they're just full, and like you can kind of pop them in half. They're not designed that way, but it's a little too much peanut butter for me. Like the ratio is off. Do you know what I mean?
Is that
But they're
possible? I don't know
delicious.
if that's possible
I have
for
to,
me.
Now Lisa and I have to try one to see if
Yes.
it's possible.
Oh, you totally
Yes.
do.
Because I'm all about the peanut butter.
Heck
No, they're
yeah.
great. They're great. And like I will eat them, but I think because of that, it's like I only want like 1 or 2 in my basket. I don't need a whole bag.
Courtney, are you going to join me and Lisa when we try that?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
All right, next up, I got the Cadbury eggs. So I've got on here cream versus caramel, but let's just dive into the eggs in general. Ryan, what's your take on them?
I don't like either.
No?
The cream, like it's never appealed to me, and they just sound terrible. And the caramel, it's like it's a ratio thing again. It's like there's too much caramel and it's too liquefied. I love me some chocolate and caramel, but it's like
no, I hear you. All
so
right.
so no, thank you,
Lisa.
I like them. I like the cream eggs. I like the caramel eggs. I like the chocolate cream eggs. I can't
chocolate cream.
I can't eat a lot of them.
Right.
But I like them, and my size shows it.
I just want you to know that when Sophia Petrillo talks about getting a chocolate egg cream, which is a drink, I always pictured a Cadbury cream egg.
Right.
That's what I imagined.
She just pops it open and drinks the cream out.
Right.
All right, Court, let's have your...
I have mixed feelings about the eggs. The standard classic one, I had like a strategy of how I would eat them. You would just like break off like just the tip, and then I would stick my tongue in and basically perform fellatio to the egg itself and try to get all that white shit
I
out.
think that's
then I could
that sounds more like
enjoy the
cunnilingus.
chocolate. Okay, sorry. Anyways, so there's something about the chocolate on them. It's amazing. If I could just do, well, I was gonna say you can get just the plain
doesn't Cadbury
chocolate,
make, because isn't Cadbury a chocolate company? Don't they make just chocolates?
But there's something about I swear, the chocolate on the outside of that. Ryan,
did I do something wrong?
let me stop laughing.
Noticing that it says chocolate bunny solid versus hollow, and then you go down a couple and it says chocolate bunnies hollow versus solid.
Oh, that was my fault.
I love it because I was like, "Is it really going to get asked again?" I changed my mind.
No, it's not. Sorry.
That was probably me.
It just made me giggle because I was like, "Wait."
Sorry.
Any more on your cunnilingus Easter traditions, Courtney?
Well, no, but I just want to say that I was recently at the Dollar General and they had cookies and cream Oreo ones.
Oh.
Those were the tits.
That sounds like it'd be good. Yeah. So for me, as a kid, I always told myself I liked the Cadbury egg. So I'd always get excited when I got them. And then when I'd eat them, I wasn't really all that excited. I do say I like the caramel ones, but whether I like them or not, I just want them to exist because they're such a Easter staple for me.
Absolutely.
And whether I like them or not, I fucking love the old school Cadbury egg commercials.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That to me was just... So whether I like them or not, I don't care. Cadbury added so much to my childhood with that fucking commercial. So thank you, Cadbury. That's my take. Next up, we got jelly beans. First up, we got black versus regular. Ryan?
I'll say, as much as I only ever get Jelly Belly or Starburst now, I do occasionally love a handful of the old ones. But I was always picky. You couldn't just have random handful. It's I would eat the pink ones.
Oh, yeah.
The red ones. Because I couldn't just eat them all together because they kind of taste different. So I would avoid the purple and the black ones because those are my least favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I would love the white ones. I would like the green ones. Yeah, I miss biting them in half and looking at them because they were always kind of clear inside. And I was like, weird, why is it clear?
Mm-hmm.
All the flavor comes from the shell.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but that's what I think is going on there.
I detest black jelly beans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of regular jelly beans, but once in a while I will grab a handful. I will not sort them by color or anything like that. I'll just throw them in my mouth and regret everything every bite later.
Just hope for the best.
Right, and then go, why am I doing this? And then just keep doing it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense.
I, on the other hand, love the black jelly beans the most.
You can have mine.
You like that?
I would take them.
So you
As a matter
like...
of fact,
You
in
like
my office, on my desk, in my candy jar is this is really old school, but they're square candies called anise.
Yeah,
Mhm.
anise.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah.
Nobody else eats them, so they're all mine. But yeah, love it.
Yeah, Grandma's sugar cookie recipe had some anise in it.
Yeah.
Yep. Even though So I'm going to go in with, I hate black licorice, black jelly beans, good and plenty. That flavor to me is just like munching on the devil's asshole. I don't want it. It doesn't belong anywhere near me.
I was going to say, because the first part sounded great. Then you say you don't want it. I'm like, oh, I guess munching on the devil's asshole is a bad thing.
For me, it is. Well, for me, the devil's asshole is very much like anise. You know,
Oh, okay.
Keep it away from me.
But I like Good and Plenty.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's the candy shell.
Maybe.
There are things like Good and Plenty where I don't like them because I don't like the flavor, but like the texture and the chew, I wish I liked them because like, oh, that's so appealing to me.
Yeah, and the commercial, the old retro commercial was really cool, so I want to like it, but no, I don't. But when I make Grandma's sugar cookies, I do put a little bit of anise in it, but not as much as calls for it.
Ironically, I never put it in. I always use almond extract.
Well, I do almond. Oh, okay. I do the almond extract and anise, but interesting. One time I made her sugar cookies with raspberry extract. Unbelievable. It was good.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, and then came the Starburst jelly beans. So just all in all, I'm not a jelly bean fan anyway, but the black ones to me are bleh. But
the Starburst ones are just so
the Starburst ones I love.
It's like a different thing altogether.
Yeah,
they're not
exactly.
really, they're not really
Yeah.
jelly beans.
Yeah, they're not. No, I agree.
They are, but they're on a different level. They're smaller.
No, there were some specialty Jelly Belly ones that I did like. Okay, I like these. These are good. But just in general, your average jelly beans.
I will
just
tell
doesn't do
y'all
anything for me.
a Jelly Belly story to end all Jelly Belly stories.
I would love to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
When Carl was dating his ex, he said, "I don't like the popcorn Jelly Bellies." And they were driving, and he was like, "Okay, put some in my mouth." And just to be a snot, this ex-boyfriend put a popcorn one in Carl's mouth. And Carl pulled over the car and freaked out about it because he hated them so much. But when we were in middle school, my friend and I called them Pud flavor because they're buttery.
Called them what?
Pud flavor,
Ooh
semen,
la la.
Pud?
jizz,
Pud.
What does that mean?
jizz.
Which is weird because
Oh.
I like the buttery.
You like Pud, yeah.
But I don't like Pud.
Oh.
That's what I was getting at. Let me finish, Gary.
I took that the wrong way.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you did.
No,
yeah, you did.
but a lot like the black jelly beans or the various flavors, it's like Jelly Bellies are good, but you have to
Moderation. You have to pick through.
pick through. You don't want to eat like a popcorn one with a watermelon one. Be like,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
But sometimes
No.
I do just take like a bunch at once and just throw them in my mouth and regret it later.
That's kind of fun, and they always have like little flavor combinations. Like
Mhm.
try these and these together. I also we had like a box of them that were all separated, and somehow it got like jostled, so they all got mixed together. So the solution was when you are eating them, just like separate them by color. Be like, I'm gonna eat these two together.
Yeah.
Okay, that was good.
Mhm.
Nope.
It was Jelly Belly
I'm still
roulette.
trying to
Mhm.
compare jizz to a popcorn jelly bean, and I don't get it.
Mm.
I don't either, to be honest.
Well, you
but
have to realize when we made that up, none of us had tasted it yet. We've just smelled it.
Oh,
That
okay.
makes more
Fair
sense.
enough.
That makes
Yeah.
more sense.
Yeah, that does. Either way, I can just, middle school sense of humor. I totally get it.
Well, I don't like those. They're Pud flavor.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring you to our next candidate, which really gets a lot of strong opinions, and that is Peeps.
For me, it's the same as the purple jelly beans. It's like the flavor is just like this plasticky, hits the back of my throat, and I just don't like it.
Yep.
And I don't know. Peeps, I think it's one of those things. I'm glad they exist. I'm glad the people who like them, but keep them away from me.
Yeah. Okay. Good take. Lisa. I know where this is going.
I love them.
Yeah.
There's a certain way I eat them.
I would love to hear how you eat your Peeps.
When I first get them, I pop a fresh peep and then I keep the package slightly open so air gets to them and they get crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finish them off when they're nice and crunchy.
Nice.
I really like the cotton candy peeps.
See, I haven't had the cotton candy Peeps, so maybe
What
I would
color
They
like that.
don't. They're pink with a little
Okay.
blue speckles. They don't really taste too much like cotton candy. They're more chemically cotton candy. Like most peeps are chemically flavored, but they're peeps. And you know what? It makes sense because I like candy corn too. So there you go.
No, I like candy corn. Even though like everybody shits on candy corn, I actually do like it.
That's another thing where I don't like the flavor, but the texture. I wish I liked it because it's like,
Mm.
oh, the chewy.
Yeah.
It's kind of waxy. I don't know. I kind of like it, but I don't like the flavor.
But yeah, I'm Team Peeps.
Team Peeps, and I do appreciate that.
So more from me. Thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. You know I'm getting you some Peeps.
Yay!
Court, what do you got?
I'll take Lisa's black jelly beans, and she can have my peeps as well.
It's a
Okay.
deal.
Yeah, I think Ryan put it the best. It's like I'm not a peep person, but I love that they exist. Seeing them on the store shelves reminds me of Easter and spring, and I do like it.
They're a year-round thing now. Pretty much. You
Yeah,
can get
okay.
them for Halloween. You
Oh
can get them
yeah,
for Christmas.
yeah, you're right.
My mom makes sure to get me
you're
some.
I do want to try the I'll always try something new. So I want to try that
I mean,
cotton
they're the
candy
same.
one.
They're the same flavor.
No,
you
no,
know? Oh,
no,
okay.
the cotton candy one. I want to try that.
I mean, I'm sorry right now because you're probably going to hate them, but
No.
I'm just setting you up.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So next up, we've got the Whoppers Robin eggs. Ryan, how do
No,
you
thank
feel?
you.
No.
Malted milk balls, any of that kind of stuff is just not my jam.
No. Not even your jelly, huh?
No. I remember one time being out to eat with a friend who was kind of sweet but ditzy. And she asked what the difference
That's a nice way to
what's the
put it.
difference between a shake and a malt? And he's like, well, a malt has malt powder, like the stuff that's in a Whopper.
Mm-hmm.
And she thought they meant like the hamburger.
Oh,
She's like,
right.
like a hamburger? He's like, no, like the candy Whopper. She's like, oh no, I think I'll have a shake.
My.
I do actually prefer a shake over malt, but that's anyway. Lisa,
I do like them.
yeah,
Hmm
all right,
But what candy don't I like at this point besides black jelly beans?
yeah.
Yeah.
Courtney, I'd love to hear what you have to say.
They're okay. I can take them or leave them. But I remember back in grade school, my friends and I used to take them and like lick them and then pretend they were like lipstick, and we could get like our lips blue and pink and whatever.
Ooh. Now, didn't they come in like a container that almost looked like a milk carton or something like that?
Yeah.
I thought they did.
I think that was milk. I know that was Milk Duds for sure.
No, I remember that, Gary.
I'm looking it up right now. Yeah.
Oh,
see?
yeah. The minis.
Yep, they did. So you could also get. So I think I got those in my Easter basket, and I liked them. So I was Team Whoppers. They weren't necessarily like my favorite out of the basket, but I liked them. So I put me down for Team Whopper, but also I really like the packaging. We've got next bubblegum eggs that came in the little egg carton. I think that's what Ryan was
You
referring
know
to.
how I feel about it.
Yeah, Ryan's a fan.
You know what else I was thinking of?
Yeah.
The carton, when the eggs were gone, you could like the way you flip it upside down, you could like push the little egg shapes down. Like that was such a satisfying feeling. Like just go.
Oh, sure.
I'm a fan.
Lisa's a fan. Okay, Courtney.
It wasn't my favorite. The gum lasted a nanosecond, but it wasn't really about the gum, was it?
No, I think it was more about the
Presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Team Courtney with this. Like, I'd eat it, and I liked it, but to me, it was just like, yeah, it was. But I loved the packaging, the presentation, the funness
The
of
shape.
it. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up, I've got Milk Duds.
I always like Milk Duds. In fact, I ate a little small bowl of Milk Duds this afternoon.
Ooh.
Carl and I do a thing that kind of started, I think, around Easter, but maybe not. You get a box of Milk Duds, you get some Reese's Pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and another candy of your choice, like usually the unwrapped, like mini of some kind,
Mm-hmm.
and you put them all in a bowl and you call it candy salad.
Oh, I would have some candy salad with you.
Just a little snacky.
Do you ever toss the candy salad?
Of course.
Ooh. Sounds like Courtney would get in on that
That's
too.
right, she would.
Mm-hmm.
With her cunnilingus egg maneuvers, she'll toss that candy salad. You know, we don't kink shame here at Wicker Biscuit.
No, we do not.
That's right.
Lisa, how do you feel about the...
I do like Milk Duds, but only in moderation because they kind of cut up the roof of my mouth.
Oh, sure. I can
a
see
little
that.
bit, the texture.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
You know, there's the episode of Golden Girls where Sophia, they think she has a heart attack, and it turns out she just overate. When they name the thing she ate that day, one of the things she says, I had those 2 boxes of Milk Duds. How could you eat 2 boxes? So, in my
You have
mind,
blackjack.
it's like the Halloween where you get like 3 in a box. She ate 2 of those.
Oh,
it makes
that
me feel
that
better.
makes a lot more sense.
It's like 2 full boxes of Milk Duds. Like you just
That's a lot.
Yeah.
go into sugar shock or something.
Yeah, no kidding. Court, I'd love to hear
I
your take
guess
on Milk Duds.
I must have missed the whole thing because I've never correlated those with Easter, to be honest.
I don't think I have either.
I got them more on Halloween,
Yeah.
but totally they
I mean,
were.
they're good. As long as they're fresh, they're great.
I know. at some point I got them in an Easter basket. I know I did.
Same, because my dad liked them.
But I do associate them more as a Halloween treat.
Courtney says she likes them
Yeah.
fresh, but I'm weird. I like them a little old because if they're those in dots, if they're too fresh, it's like they're not chewy enough.
Yeah.
They're too soft. I need them a little firm.
Yeah, I remember with Carl with the Valentine hearts. He's like, "You gotta get them fresh." And I'm like, "Does that exist?"
Does it exist?
Right?
But yes. Call back. Anyway. We covered Milk Duds then, huh?
Yep.
Or I suppose I didn't say it. I like them. Yeah, but I more associate them with Halloween, but I still like them. Next up, we've got the chocolate mini eggs covered in foil.
Now, I know these aren't necessarily the ones you're talking about, but do you remember Nestle Crunch used to have the little nest eggs, and they were
Yes.
those were amazing. And I don't know if they
Mhm.
still make them anymore.
They-
I don't really look for Easter candy anymore, but it's like I miss those because I feel like just the way they melted in your mouth and like you had to peel the foil and it always tore. Like it was never like a solid piece.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah, for me, it was a goal when I was doing these to. It was like, can I keep the foil in one piece?
Yeah.
Without? Yeah, I did that. I totally did
those
that.
were so good.
I've had both of those, the solid chocolate and the kind you're talking about, the crunch. And I liked both, and I did also try to peel the foil, and I never could.
Yeah. Now, the ones I'm thinking of, I don't know if it was just my family, but I think we got these, and they weren't like Nestle brand. They were like some off brand.
Oh, definitely off
Probably
brand.
the Palmer's bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably the
probably.
Palmer's bullshit. It was a lackluster chocolate, but some were solid, some had the crunch in it. And I remember always wanting the one with the crunch.
I don't want to get sued by the Palmer company, but one Halloween I ate a Palmer like peanut butter cup and I puked that night. And I did not go to work the next day.
Well, all you're doing is stating facts. You're not you're not saying.
I don't know that it was the Palmer,
Right.
but I felt ill almost immediately after eating it.
Yeah.
Which, oddly, I don't mind the Palmer peanut butter cups.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of, like, the chocolate bunnies
Yeah.
and stuff.
Sure.
I think they should just change the name of the company to some Palmer bullshit.
Some Palmer bullshit.
I do know someone who, when they get Palmer's chocolate, will just not
Eat it at all.
Not eat it at all.
Yeah.
They will gladly accept it and be nice about it.
But that's kind.
But then they're just like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, behind closed doors, they're like,
Gary
this,
and I
ugh.
went trick-or-treating in high school with a friend, and she literally told the person, "Oh, I don't like these," and handed it back to them. Like,
That's rude.
right? It was like,
Take the
Right.
candy and
just take it and
smile.
leave, and then give it to someone else.
Right. Now, I don't know, Courtney, if we got your take on the chocolate mini
As
eggs.
long as it's good chocolate.
Did you enjoy the foil? Or did you just get pissed at the foil?
I don't really remember, to be honest.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, then we'll move on. Next up, I've got Reese's Pieces eggs.
I don't think I've ever had them.
I think
The-
these are newer that I saw.
Okay. Because like I like
Yeah, I've
Reese's
never-
Pieces, but usually I'm like a peanut butter cup guy.
Same,
for me.
same.
And then in Easter, it's like give me the goddamn Reese's egg. You
Mhm.
know. So yeah, I don't think I've had those. And then we've got Reese's miniature peanut butter cups in foil. For me, same answer. I wanted eggs, but
This is the thing. So I was saying, like with the peanut butter eggs, the older I get, the more I'm picky, and like the more the miniature cups are my jam. Because like that to me is the perfect chocolate peanut butter ratio, and I could eat like 15 of those.
Sure.
Just like, whereas like even the regular peanut butter cup, it's like there's just something. I still like them, but it's like there's something. I don't enjoy them as much, but the mini ones, it's like, just feed them to me. I'll just suck on them and they'll melt and it's delicious, or I'll bake them in a cookie.
sure.
I like them when you could get them in the bag and they don't even have the foil on them, so it's like one less obstacle.
That's
I'm really
a lot
telling
of,
on
a lot of
myself
times,
right now.
A lot of times that's what goes in the candy salad. is the little Reese's.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd toss that with you. Court, I want to hear about your candy salads.
What was the question?
Oh,
again?
the question was, well, first we talked about the Reese's Pieces eggs, and we didn't really
yeah, we
know
didn't
of them.
know what that was.
Okay, so you're on team. I don't know what they are, so that's good.
Yeah,
So then let's go just the Reese's miniature peanut butter cups covered in foil.
I'd rather have the whole egg again.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have the large egg in comparison to the smaller egg. I'll even have the white eggs. Those are still pretty good too.
Yeah, yeah. Now, me being the fatty I am, I'd never turn down any Reese's. I wanted the
Same.
egg, but you know,
Just give me
you
the
know
Reese's
I'd unwrap
peanut
those
butter.
other ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'd eat them both. But I was an egg whore. I was a whore for the Reese's eggs for sure. Hershey's Kisses.
I I don't know that I can say this really, but like that's what in my head is my favorite candy, because when I was a kid, my great aunt Lucille, anytime we went to visit her, I got a bag of Hershey Kisses. So that was always like, and I used to like to eat them where it's like you unwrap it and you take like the pointy part and put it in your mouth and like bite the point and then like nibble down, so you get like this flat piece of chocolate with like teeth marks in it, and then pop that in your mouth. I used to have so many weird rituals of how to like make the eating of something longer. Like, I enjoy this so much, I want it to last longer.
Yeah.
I like all the different flavors they have now, the flavor combinations of the Reese's. Or the Reese's. See, I'm still stuck on the Reese's. Oh my God.
It's okay.
The Hershey's Kisses.
Yeah, the Hershey's.
Lately, I've been craving
and
a
hugs,
Hershey hug.
for that matter.
I haven't had a Hershey hug in a
Yeah,
long time.
Hershey's
I'm like,
hugs
I
now.
want some.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things too, now that I'm older, it's like a Hershey Kiss with almond is like, oh, that's the perfect one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, so I'll have Court go next, but then I'll add to that.
So for me, the Hershey Kiss, there's just something so like pure and like unadulterated about.
No, I get what you mean.
You know,
Yeah.
it's Christmas, it's Easter, it's I don't know. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, I've got strong Christmas bonds too, but absolutely Easter. And then they get the pastel colors on their foil. Yeah, it's a good time.
Mhm.
So for me, I love the Hershey's Kisses. I was always wanting the almond though. Even with
Oh,
all the
those
new
are the
flavors
best.
now, the ones with the almond is my favorite. But for me, Easter memories was always kind of like with what Ryan was saying, the rituals. I would always try to get the foil to not rip, and I'd try to keep the little flag in one piece, and then I would like collect all the little flags at the end, so I just had all bunch
I
of them.
loved making the foil ball.
Yeah.
Like each one you eat,
Yep.
you like, and you wrap it on top of the other one until you
Yes.
get
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I would like to add, I love the kiss, but not so much the hug.
Yeah.
I would never want a whole bag of hugs. I would just want like a few. Otherwise, give me
Yeah.
the kisses.
Yeah, I'm down with both.
Just give
But-
me the chocolate.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we've got fun-sized candy bars like Snickers, but the outside foil was pastel colored for Easter.
Yeah.
I think they're wonderful, but it makes me think of, you know what I loved? You get like the almond M&Ms that were pastel colored for Easter.
Oh, sure.
So good.
Yes.
And even though they taste the same, the pastel colored M&Ms just seemed like, oh, these are so wonderful
Yep.
and tasty.
No,
They're
I know what you mean.
special.
Yeah, and I
Like
think
the
that
red and green ones too.
I think that for me with the plastic eggs, I think that's usually what like my parents would fill them with was usually it was peanut M&Ms for us, but
Peanut M&Ms and hopes and dreams for the future.
oh,
That's what your parents would put in those eggs for you kids.
hot damn.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm all for it. Court.
what was the question?
Fun size, pretty much fun size candy bars like Snickers. So pretty much just turning Easter or Halloween candy into Easter candy.
What? So there's the fun size, which is like the medium size, right? And then what's that? Small ones?
That's basically
Well,
what they are. They're like the bite size,
Oh.
but they
But, like-
just changed the outside packaging color to
Right.
pastel colors to be like, hey, it's Easter now.
Yeah,
Well, I don't like when my Snickers is 1 inch. I'd rather have it 2 inches or larger.
fair enough. This gal won't settle for a small Snickers.
She's a size queen.
Yep, she is.
Uh-huh.
All right, and then last up we've got Pez or Rye Pie.
I don't really eat them, but I do love a Pez dispenser.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like a lot of times I buy those and give them as gifts to people who are like not my relatives but children in my
Yeah.
periphery. Like, oh, my best friend's kid, I'm gonna get them a Pez dispenser for
Mhm.
whatever and send it usually around Christmas. But and I also have looked it up because sometimes I buy them and then I don't send them for the longest time. I'm like, how long are Pez good for? Oh, like 5 years. Cool.
Yeah, well, that's good.
That's good to know.
Lisa, how do you feel about the Pez?
I enjoy Pez,
Yeah.
much like every other candy on this list except black jelly beans.
Okay.
Huh?
How about you, Court?
I don't want to draw attention, but I've never had
Really?
Pez
Poppin'
candy or a dispenser.
cherries.
Huh. I think we're gonna have to do a Poppin' Cherries episode.
Yeah.
So for me, I loved them. The candy is okay. I mean, it's not like the greatest candy, but I want to say there was like a strawberry and a lemon flavor, and I liked them. But the whole action, the fact that it came with like little action
Mm-hmm.
toy-esque action figure type. Either way, the dispenser was genius,
Mm-hmm.
and it suckered me in every time. I love Pez. All right, I think that's all I got for
Hot takes.
for the hot takes. We'll close that out.
Thank you for listening to Wicker Biscuit, a Podcast Ahoy production. The producers of Wicker Biscuit are Courtney Holub, Ryan LeMay, and Gary Putnam. Assistant producers are Amanda Putnam and Lisa Rudd. Recording and editing is done by Gary Putnam, with Lisa Rudd as the assistant editor. Executive producer of Wicker Biscuit is Gary Putnam. Check out our social media for updates on upcoming pods and for clips and other media referenced in this episode. Links and information can be found in the episode notes. Thanks again from everyone at the Wicker Biscuit family.